Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I thought I would do a juicy Q&A. I thought it'd be fun to ask you guys because I know a lot of people come to my channel for like uni content and see me go about my uni day-to-day life on my vlog channel. If you didn't know how to vlog channel, I will leave it on the top link of the description because I literally vlog my everyday life. I go to university, I'm in my first year and it's just about to end. I asked you guys if you wanted to know anything like a little bit more intimate, personal, invasive, just ask away, and I got quite a few responses, so I thought I'd answer your questions today. Some of them are university related, but I will be doing like specific uni Q&As again. I think I'm going to try and do one every month because I get a lot of like uni questions on a daily basis, so I'll probably start doing them monthly to try and get as many questions answered and help you guys out as much as possible. But today I thought I'd make it a bit more personal and share some secrets, some things that I haven't answered on here before, so yeah, let's go. Okay, so someone has asked, what's been your experience with contraception? I'm on the pill and hate the fact I'm putting hormones into my body every day. Was just wondering if you've tried many. So my experience with contraception, like I solely am on the pill. There was a period where I wasn't on the pill. I think I'm going to do a contraceptive pill story. I did upload one like a year ago, but I remember I took it down after a couple of weeks because I felt uncomfortable and I didn't really like the quality and the lighting, and I just didn't think it was right. But I feel like I have had so many more experiences since that I will be able to like give a really good in-depth contraception like experience video to try and help people out. Comment down below if you do want to see that because I'll be happy to share like my story and what's like gone on because it's kind of like complex. Contraception that I've tried, just the contraceptive pill. I have like considered other things like the injection, the implant, but the pill has been something that's been very easy for me to stick to. I am currently on one called Lestrin, or I'll put it on the screen, but it begins with L. I first tried microgynon and long story short, it ruined my life. It was messing with my hormones so much that my mood swings were just absolutely mental and there wasn't any point. Like obviously it made my periods more regular. The main reason I actually went on the pill in the first place wasn't for contraception. It was because my periods were like excruciating. Like I couldn't move sometimes. I'd sometimes have like weeks off school because they would hurt that much, and I'd have like really long periods, sometimes even like 2 weeks, and just like very heavy and uncomfortable. But so that's why I went on the pill initially, to like reduce the amount of blood and also to regulate my periods, because sometimes I would have like 5 weeks between them, sometimes have like 2 weeks. It would vary a lot. So yeah, long story short, I've only been on pills and I'm now on a pill that is absolutely perfect for me, and I'd highly recommend it because it doesn't mess with my hormones too much. Although I hate the idea that hormones are being like put in my body. I do hate that idea as well, like if you are watching, but it's the only thing that's worked for me and helped me to regulate my periods. Oh, and the same person has asked, have you ever thought of using a menstrual cup? And no, I haven't. It's been something that kind of scares me a little bit. I'm not very into like that sort of thing either, so no, I haven't really considered it, but I have watched videos on it before. Hey, I love your videos. Thank you very much. Have you ever had any period disasters? I'd never normally ask someone that, but I've definitely had them, and I'm sure many other girls have too. So, I think I've shared this story before, but if you're new I might as well just quickly share it again because it's a pretty quick story. I was in year 6, like I started my period when I was in year 5, so I was like very, very young, and I was in year 6, I was playing at the park with Megan when we were really young and like a group of boys, and I was wearing white shorts, and me being me, not really knowing who I was, what was going on, and not really thinking in advance, I started my period, like I started bleeding and I was wearing white shorts. I have no idea if anyone saw, but it was literally like a massive bright red puddle on my white shorts, so that was pretty embarrassing. But luckily Megan's house is literally opposite the park, so I was able to like make a quick getaway, but that's literally my only embarrassing one, I think. I don't think there's been anything that's been worse than that I can think of, which is quite good I guess in some senses because that was such a long time ago and it was like an easy mistake to make. Okay, I just wanted to know how thin the walls are at uni and if you can hear people shagging. It's not the best question, but it's something I'm worried about, as I don't want to hear people shagging on a Saturday night. Well, yes. The answer to that is yes, you can hear people having sex. There we go, like that's just a fact. Like obviously very uncomfortable, I guess sort of inconsiderate in some ways, but you can hear people having sex through the walls because the walls are ridiculously thin and they obviously don't really take that into consideration. My windows are really thin. Like, if you've been watching my vlogs, you'll know how pissed off I've been recently about the noise outside my window while I'm trying to get to sleep because I'm doing my exams. But it's really annoying that the walls are thin, and I'm not even talking about like walls just next to me. I can hear a lot that's going on, not just sex, like other stuff as well. So yeah, you can hear through the walls, unfortunately. I'm really sorry. Maybe like you could invest in some like earplugs. I'd highly recommend that. If I'd have known that I could hear people doing their business whilst I was trying to get to sleep, then I probably would have bought some earplugs before I came to uni. For your Q&A, if you haven't filmed yet, I haven't. What is the most trouble you've got into at school? Ooh. Mine's never, to be fair, I was like a really good child at school. Like, I never really did anything too bad. There are like 3 specific memories that I guess that I got told off in. First day, my first was actually the first day of year 7, I remember, and I was like petrified because I was getting told off. I remember it was in my science class and this boy was doing something, I can't even remember what he was doing at the time, but it was really funny. Like, and like, you know when you're in like fits of laughter and you cannot stop yourself from laughing, I was like trying to hold it in and then it would just like come out, like, and I'd be like, ah! And the teacher was like, I think you need to go outside to calm down. I shit myself because that was like the first day of year 7, and she like told me off and I started crying because I hate I hate being told off. Second time was like a few years later, maybe like year 9 or 10. I was just being really loud and like screaming in the playground. Then this like really strict teacher pulled me aside and was like shouting at me for ages. Oh yeah, and the third time it was sort of like, it wasn't really trouble though, like we never really got into trouble, but me and 2 of my friends from like my DT class, a girl and a boy, we always used to like do just stupid shit in our lessons. And like I remember the it's so nasty, it's so horrible. Some guy was chasing another one with like a drill, and like the teacher didn't really know what was going on. Actually, to be fair, like we didn't actually get in trouble for all that stuff, but it's obviously like bad things. So doing things that you're not supposed to in school, like yeah, so this guy was chasing someone around with a drill. One of my other friends like cut this massive thick like wire to a machine, and we just used to like mess around in them sort of lessons, but it was because we didn't really take it that seriously, like we weren't really interested in that subject, and it wasn't anything like too bad. Like I never really got in that much trouble, to be honest, because I was like really focused on getting good grades. What is my biggest regret? Obviously we all have regrets, but then I'm like one of those annoying people, well not annoying, I actually believe in this and I stand by it, but I believe in fate, and I feel like that everything happens for a reason. So if someone like messed with my head before, then I feel like it's for a good reason. Like my previous boyfriend like cheated on me, and obviously I'm like really glad that happened now because I've been with my current boyfriend for 5 years. So yeah, I feel like everything happens for a reason. Like I guess not crying over stupid people like an ex or old friends that I was with, or people that made me feel like shit that are actually irrelevant to my life now. I wish I didn't cry over that stuff, I guess. Like that's potentially my biggest regret, but nothing like major, I don't think, apart from like quitting dance. But that was sort of essential at the time because I was focused on my A-levels and I wanted to get to uni, and I danced like a few times a week, so it was really like stopping me from revising as much as I needed to. So that's not really a regret either, to be honest, because I needed that to get here, otherwise I probably wouldn't. Yeah, I don't really have that many regrets apart from like crying over irrelevant people. Do you have, oh this is a good question, it says do you have any baby names saved for the future? I have my baby names and I have my dog names, and I barely share them with anyone because I'm really into like unique names and I don't want other people to steal them. I'm so like extra and like, no, I'm not telling anyone. So yeah, I don't think I'd announce it on here until like I actually have a dog or a child, which could potentially happen. Like who knows how long YouTube's gonna stay for. Like it probably won't stay on forever, but for now, like I'd love to vlog like my family life in the future, and like when I buy dogs, when I move house, I just want to like keep vlogging my life. Who knows, you'll find out. You'll find out as soon as that happens. But I want 2 dogs, a sausage dog and a Pomeranian. I'll tell you the breeds, but I literally have names. I want a female Pomeranian and a male sausage dog. The names are like, to be fair, the dog names aren't like really unique, but my actual baby names are very unique. And they're like very Shakespearean-esque, and I know that's probably going to piss people off, but they're very Shakespearean-y, and I've had these names in my head for so long. I definitely have a boy and a girl's name that I really want to use, but I think I want 2 boys and a girl. So next question is, I was going to ask, how do you and your siblings maintain such a relationship? It's only because I have a 14-year age gap with my little brother. So, for those of you that don't know, I have like a younger brother and he's like my only sibling. He is 2 school years below me, 3 actual years. We get on so well. When we were younger, we didn't, but I feel like that's the same for every single like sibling relationship. I feel like everyone just doesn't get on with their siblings when they're younger, but when they grow up, it's easier to get on with them. And I think because me and my brother are very similar people, like we have very similar beliefs, views, opinions, that's helped us to bond, and we like similar things. I don't know, like we just like similar things. We like bond a lot, like we do things together that aren't just like in the house, if you know what I mean. Like we went to like escape rooms last year together. We play like board games all the time. Yeah, I don't know, maintaining a good relationship, I guess it's sort of the reason we are so close is because we're very similar people and the age gap is really close. It obviously will be very hard, especially like a 14-year age gap. I know Hattie and her brothers have like a 10-year age gap, but she still gets on with them pretty well, considering. So I feel like maybe when your younger brother is like a lot older, you'll realise that you have more things in common and you'll be able to have like more in-depth conversations when they've like developed like more emotions, feelings, like, and everything. Because I feel like I wasn't very emotional and wanted to like talk about deep things when I was like really young, but as I've got older we like talk about current things that are going on and stuff like that. It is a very difficult thing if you've got like a big age gap, but yeah, I'm sorry I can't really help very much. Okay, I got this question. Do you hear Yanni or Laurel? So I've heard both. The majority of the time it's Laurel. I'm so sorry, but I do hear Laurel most of the time. But I have like heard the same clip multiple times and it changes throughout. I don't really get the whole thing. It kind of annoys me that I can't understand it. It really frustrates me, but most of the time I do hear Laurel, so hope that didn't offend anyone. Oh, this was a good question. So someone asked, if you could erase one past experience, what would it be? One experience. Oh, straight up. So when I was 9 years old, we went on like a family holiday, but it was because one of my like distant aunties was getting married in Dominican Republic, so we all went over there. There was about 50 of us. It was like an amazing holiday, but after like the first week we all went on like this dune buggy experience thing. I'm gonna try and insert a picture if you don't know what a dune buggy is, but they look like this, and we were like roaming the streets. So we went through like a little village. We gave like supplies to all these like lovely children who were less fortunate than us, and then we went to a separate mini secluded beach in the middle of a forest. It was like really weird. The whole thing was very dodgy because we were like going over like full-on dual carriageways on these dune buggies, like just driving across. It was so dangerous. I was in a dune buggy with my mum and my brother was in a dune buggy with my dad, and once we got to the beach we all like stepped off, and me being me, I like leaning on stuff. Like I never stand up straight because I'm obviously a very lazy person, but I leant on the dune buggy with both my hands on the engine at the back that wasn't actually covered, and my hands got burnt. I had to go in hospital for 3 days on my holiday. Great times. I was in there for 3 nights and 4 days. My hands like swelled up to this, which is mad because you literally can't see anything on my hands now. Like they don't look bad at all. Like there's no scar or mark or anything, which is mental how it recovered that much. But yeah, I had to have like bandages. I had drips in both my arms and I had to sleep like this for 3 nights. It was pretty embarrassing, to be honest, because my mum, even though I was 9, like that's quite old, and my mum was having to do everything for me. Like my hands were all bandaged up and I had drips in both arms, and like if I had to get up, like my mum would have to help me stand, she'd have to feed me, she'd have to take me to the toilet. It would not be a great time. So yeah, I think if I had to erase that memory, that would be wonderful, because I hated sitting in a hospital whilst I was supposed to be on holiday. Someone asked me how many people have I slept with, and the answer is 1. So someone asked what's my biggest fear. I feel like I've answered something similar to this before, but my biggest fears are snakes. I'm actually absolutely petrified of snakes, death, and open water. And I feel like they're like pretty basic fears. Like I don't have any like really like unique, quirky sort of fears. Like they're just sort of like really generic ones that a lot of people are scared of. I've seen you've been on a lot of holidays. Where has been your favourite vacation spot? This is so difficult. That everywhere that I've been to has been so different, but I feel like Mexico just has to be the best place I've visited, simply because it was like a completely relaxing holiday. I experienced so many things that I've never done before, been on a 12-hour journey, and I feel like that was an experience in itself. But yeah, Mexico last year, I did vlog my time in Mexico actually on this channel before I started my vlogging one, so if you do want to go watch them vlogs, I'll link the first one down below. But yeah, Mexico was amazing. Just recently went to Italy, that I vlogged on my vlogging channel. And then, just in case anyone cares, I just booked a holiday with my boyfriend for summer. We're going to Greece. We're going to Kefalonia, like one of the islands. At the end of the year, like over New Year, we're going to be going skiing. Not really sure we want to go to either Switzerland or Austria, I feel like, but if anyone's been skiing, any great destinations, that would be wonderful. I've been to France before to ski and it was amazing, but I want to like try a different country, if you know what I mean. So if you have any recommendations, then make sure to let me know. Okay, so they're all the questions that I'm going to be answering today. Thank you very much if you did send me some questions. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit the thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. Subscribe down below if you're new. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!